Hi friends, let's talk about capitalism and the division of labor. As we discussed, capitalism pertains to plant, property, and equipment. It's not necessarily about money. It's about plant, property, and equipment. Okay, we want to utilize plant, property, and equipment and incentive, usually money or other things, as incentive to get people to associate with us and produce. So what we want them to do is we want to specialize their labor and we want to divide their labor or their input or their what they contribute. Uh, we want to specialize that and we want to divide it. So let's say you're just trying to like debone some meat, wrap it up or something. Okay, one guy debones it with a pair of snips, and the other guy wraps it up, and that's divided the labor and it's specialized. One guy's a wrapper, one guy's a snipper, and okay, that increases productivity, and it also makes the job a lot easier. You're not burdened down with a lot of tasks. You keep the tasks simple and easy, and you divide the labor, and two people are better than one, and so two minds are better than one. So okay, one guy snipped the meat, snip the bones out. The other guy wrap it up into freezer packs or just for the display case or whatever. And okay, you can do several pounds of meat in a short amount of time. And so okay, you get that done. And okay, what does someone else do? Someone also check out the customers or sell the meat. And that's a specific task. And we want your undivided attention to the task at hand. We want you to just focus on the task at hand and give that your undivided attention. Now, management science has come along, and management science is a social science, and they want you to multitask, try to do a lot of things at once, and it just doesn't work. It's not good for customers, especially with salespeople. A customer wants a salesperson's undivided attention long enough to complete their order. We just want your undivided attention long enough to complete the order. And like when you neglect us to try to go do something else, well, that just shows your disregard for customer welfare. We want for you to focus on the customer you got, and then you can go out, you can go help someone else, another customer. So we need we need like support systems. Somebody like go out and get. Somebody go out and or have the stuff delivered. Somebody had the meat delivered to the kitchen, to the butcher shop. Somebody to deliver the meat or deliver a side of beef. We need somebody to deliver. We need somebody to go out and get. That's a role that someone else can play. They can go out and get the meat. They can focus on like having the meat there at 7 o'clock in the morning, so that we can get started. And we open up at 8, and we're ready to go, or whatever our hours are. We want to get there early, get set up. We want to get there early, get set up, be ready to open, be ready to go, have product and labor ready to go. Have a fresh, clean environment, get a fresh, clean start. So that's just one example. So that's just one example. Assembly lines, like Ford Motor Company, assembly lines are a little different. It's like it is a highly specialized task, and okay, they might have like quite a few tasks. I mean, they've divided the labor very small, and everyone just puts their part on. You put your part on. That's specialized labor. It's like semi-skilled. It's not highly skilled labor like a plumber or a carpenter or an electrician or a roofer. That's highly specialized, and it's also dangerous. And so, yes, we are for insurance for these guys because they do get hurt and their families are in need, and we are for insurance for these guys. So we're not like such ruthless capitalists that we don't want the guy to have insurance because the guy can get hurt and bad, and that could be it for having a work activity or a skill activity. See, like we want them to we want the guy to take like the word work out of his vocabulary. I do it too, but it's like we want the guy to take the word work out of his vocabulary and use the word do. Do your thing. Everybody's going to do their own thing. So everybody do your own thing, and the bread you make, well, it's the bread you get. The value you add to the shop or value you add to the business, that's what you're supposed to get. Jeffersonian democracy. Okay, the value you add, you did that. That's your bread. That's what you did. You get that. Don't worry about like the entrepreneur or the capitalist or something. We make little money, and don't worry about us, and the business will get along. The value you add, in Missouri, the Constitution says you get the fruits of your labor. You get the product of your own hand. What your hand does, what your hand and mind and body do, you get that. And Thomas Jefferson says, like, labor is supposed to get their own bread, and you're not supposed to take the bread that labor gets. So that's theirs. And that's fine with us. You don't. You want to work for somebody or work with somebody. You're working for yourself. It's self-interest motivation, and you're working for yourself. You're doing for yourself. Just go out there and do for yourself. You're out there doing for yourself. It's free enterprise. You're out there doing for yourself. Let them do free enterprise. You do for yourself, and the bread you get, that's yours. That's yours to keep. Just go ahead and keep your bread. That's fine with us. So yeah, if you're going to associate with somebody, you want them to have something. Like Thomas Jefferson had thousands of acres of land. Like he could just let guys that he could just let labor keep their bread. So he had 1,000 acres of land. Okay, he just lets labor keep their bread. So yeah, you want to be associated with somebody like maybe Walmart, and you can just keep your bread. That's just yours. That's just fine. And we know, like, okay, you probably spent some at the store. That's all right. That's yours to spend at the store. If you don't want to spend at the store, that's fine. And that bread you get, that's yours. Go ahead, keep it. That's fine. And so like you want to, so Walmart, okay, they're like, that people think they've got a lot. And so, okay, they say they've got a lot. And so that you want to like associate with somebody that has something. Because, working for somebody that doesn't have anything, it's hard for him to pay you. It's hard for him, and then when he pays you, he wants right back for your cost of living. That's where you get this cost of living, because you're working for people that don't have anything. So he gives you this cost of living with this economics class. You don't have a cost of living. You've got a right to live. There's no cost of living. You have a right to live in the United States. So are people here in the United States to live, or are people here in the United States to work? People are not here in the United States to work. People are here in the United States to live. And you've got a right to life, and you've got a right to live. And like capitalism and free enterprise respects that. And these other forms of economic struggle, they don't respect your right to live. They think that you are obligated to work. They think you are obligated to give your life to society, or an employer, or like economic endeavor. They think you are the Nazis think you are obligated to work, and the communists or the socialists think that everybody has an obligation to labor. And I'm telling you, if we all work, we won't have anything. I'm serious. If we all work, we won't have anything, any pay anyway. They won't pay us, and they'll tell us that, okay, you can have whatever you produced. And I'm telling you, you already get that. You already get what you produce, and you get paid. So why do that? So like if everybody works, well, no one will get paid. They just simply can't afford it. And we don't have the resources for everyone to work. The country will be barren. The country will be devoid of any, substance. And we just can't let everybody work. Nobody has the money to let everybody work. Let them do free enterprise. These people, even Walmart, doesn't have the money to let everybody work. They've got, I don't know, 1 million or 2 million employees out of a country of 320 million people. Right now, the government is saying there's a lot of people working, 180 million people working out of 320 million people. And, well, what is the Treasury paying out of this? What is, like, the people in the United States paying out of this? Well, about $62,000 for every man, woman, and child a year, and at a total cost about $20 trillion. Well, are you getting, $62,000 a piece worth of value for this like money that you're spending? You know, this is like, we don't have direct democracy, but that is money that the Treasury is issuing in like your name. You have an account with the U.S. U.S. Custom Reserve. You have an account there, and the Treasury is issuing this money in your name. You know, and so are you getting $62,000 worth of value? And do you want $62,000 worth of value? And like, if you keep like just like making cars, are you going to have the rain you need to have what you need? So again, what you need is food, water, clothes, medicine, shelter. You need that to be reasonably happy. If you have food, water, clothes, medicine, shelter, you have what you need to be reasonably happy. Of course, you can have like comforts like radio and television, computers and stuff. Of course, we're not trying to, may have you have some dank existence. You can have a few comforts, but you need food, water, clothes, medicine, shelter. So are we going to have the food, water, clothes, medicine, shelter we need if we just keep burning up the environment and burning up our rain, trying to make cars, and trying to make trains, and trying to make ships, and trying to make airplanes, and things like that we don't need? We have the trucking we need to bring items to people, and your transportation won't be that much. We liked it better when we could walk to a grocery. We had a neighborhood grocery. We could walk to a grocery. We would like to bring that back where you don't have to buy a car to go to Walmart. We want to have like the Walmart neighborhood store or the Fresh Time produce store. Like a Fresh Time produce store, okay, if you can walk there, you can like get your food in a paper sack or bag, and that's all the trash you got is that little paper sack. And in some jurisdictions you can just burn that in your trash pit, and that's all the trash you got, and that's much better. It's like than driving all this trash around to sort it and recycle it. Why make trash? See, I had a farm in Cedar Hill, Missouri. My grandfather did. Me and my grandfather had a farm in Cedar Hill, Missouri, and Jefferson County, Cedar Hill, Missouri. And we just had an ash pit, and like we don't even have trash. And whatever trash we got, we just burn it in the ash pit. We'll let you do that in certain jurisdictions. We just can't let you burn leaves and produce yellow smoke, because yellow smoke is toxic and deadly. And like people are sleeping, you burn leaves and that's yellow smoke. And we just can't let you do that because people will die. And so that's why jurisdictions no burning trash, no burning leaves. That's why. That's why you can't do that. So yeah, you're supposed to get your yard waste up, because that affects your plumbing and your water like here in the spring. Now, if you got your yard waste up and got rid of it, then your water will flow here in the spring when it rains. You won't have cholera. Your water won't get backed up in your basement, and you won't have a risk of cholera. You won't need antibiotics because you got your yard waste up. And your pipes will be flowing. Your pipes will be clean because you got your yard waste up. Like, people don't know why there's like a civil law or a local law about getting your yard waste up. That's because it affects your plumbing and the waterways in your area, and it backs up the water in the spring when it rains because the water doesn't flow, or it rains too much. But anyway, you want that water moving. You want that water flowing. So anyway, that's just, I don't think that's off topic, because we are talking about plumbing and carpentry. That's why I like, okay, when we do construction, we have specialized labor like carpentry, plumbing, masonry, bricklaying, electrician, plasterer, roofer, carpet layer. We have like, specialized tasks, and, guys go in there and do their thing. They do their thing and they're done pretty quick. And you can get a house erected in a short amount of time, and it's ready to go. There you go. That's that. And okay, like that's your bread. That's as far as we're concerned, that's yours. It's like how you settle the payments. That's like up to you. But anyway, so we're for division of labor, and we're for specialized tasks. And so like there's other people that want to use like engineers to de-skill the labor force. They can use engineers to make some type of equipment that, okay, the guy just pushes a button and it produces the product. And they say the guy's a non-skilled labor. Well, yeah, you can use that in mass production, like at a canning plant. At a canning plant, something like that, they can make a big machine, and all you got to do is push the button and just be there in case it malfunctions, and like load it and unload it. That's like non-skilled labor. We can't let the guy do that with everything. And yeah, those type of plants entail noise, and you can go deaf listening to that. You need your earplugs, and yes, you need health insurance because you can go deaf. But anyway, that's the type of thing like the engineers, the electrical engineers, and the whatever they call an engineer. Yeah, he can make a machine like that. That all it requires us to do is like push a button, like like a brewery. We're just like we load it, push a button, out comes the beer. Or we load it, push the button, out comes the soda. We load it, push the button, out comes the can of soup. So we can do it like that, and that type of labor. It's like, okay, he's got a specific task, just loading it, pushing the button, and unloading it. That's a specific task. They have 3 guys do that. One guy push the button, one guy load it, one guy unload it, put it on the truck, one guy put it on the truck. And like you'll see that dividing it that small increases your production that much. You say like, well, no, I have them do more. No, I have them do less. Just have them do their specific task, and they'll get it done quick and easy, and you'll be able to produce more. See, that division of labor increases productivity. There's management science studies that indicate that, and that's what we're for. Because we don't want to overburden labor and like our associates. If you don't like being called labor, we'll call you associates or whatever. We'll call you by your name. But we don't want them overburdened because it doesn't produce more and it causes injuries, work stress, heart disease, all that stuff. We don't want that. We want them to have an easy time and be productive. Work safe. Not just stand around, but work safe. So what's the key element here? The key element here is us having things, we have customers, as usual. The key element here is that we need customers. So if we need customers, we can keep the whole endeavor or enterprise going. If we don't have customers, so we're just got to produce and hope we get customers. We'll just produce and hope we get customers. So it's all right, if the stuff stores, but if the stuff has short shelf life, that's a problem for us. So anyway, if you want fresh meat, dairy, produce, dry, if you want fresh meat, dairy, produce, dry goods, buy it, so we can move it, and then we don't have to can and bottle and jar and all that stuff as much. We do sell some in the northern climates, but we don't preserve as much food down in southern climates because we just produce it and use it, And so, yeah, we want fresh meat, dairy, produce, dry because it's a cost savings. It's cost savings because like the preservatives. We don't want the preservatives. A little salt's okay, but a little sugar's okay. But some of the preservatives are chemical preservatives and we just don't want them. We don't want to buy them. But anyway, just a little salt's all right to preserve with. But, so like we do have like more northern climates for vegetables and fruit and stuff. We preserve with sugar too. But anyway, if we can sell it fresh, we want to sell it fresh. So okay, the transportation that you have going to the store to get it. Well, we want that to be a short distance so we can move it fresh. You can just take a little walk, pick up a bag of fresh meat, dairy, produce, dry, and take it home. There you go. You're all set. And we don't want you like on the road. Like Amazon's got a lot of people on the road doing returns. We don't want a bunch of people on the road, a bunch of housewives on the road doing returns because they're going to have auto accidents and injuries and possibly deaths because like all these people or all these amateur drivers are out on the road trying to do a return to the trucking company. We'd rather the trucking company, just bring the right product and pick up the return. The trucking company, I don't know why the trucking company can't just bring the right product and do the return there and pick up the wrong product. Because you got all these housewives and amateur drivers on the road doing these returns for no good reason. Because like the guy's system's flawed, Walmart's system's flawed too, and people make returns to Walmart too. And the thing is, we don't want people on the road making returns and causing injuries and air pollution stuff. When we have a fleet of professional drivers, we have fleets and fleets and fleets of professional drivers. We ought to use them. So anyway, let's go out and make some money today, and have an easy day. And best wishes and best luck. Thanks a lot.